So, okay.
We admit. Here we go. Solution. You'll exchange. Am I not breathing on my mic, or am I?
Not really.
All right, that's good.
I'm getting done.
Hey, I'm just getting some housekeeping things in order. We'll start the class when when more people are here. The spreadsheet's made really badly. The one that I'm copying all the data from. I want that to be a 2. Why is that a range? I'm trying to get out that. Let's go to this. And then delete these 2 lines. I'll do that. I'll do that after class. Let's go when signed up. I think. Oh, good.
Hello?
Hello.
Hi.
How do I delete a row? Oh, there it is. All right, welcome everyone. We're going to start the class, and once more people get here, because we currently have like less than half of everyone here. So okay. That made it even worse. Um,
So this is about Java or JavaScript?
Java.
Okay, so the thing that you Minecraft. Okay, got it.
Yeah, okay. Very scary. Oh. Well, I guess now a majority of people are here, so why don't we start with introductions? I'm Alex, and I'm from AYLUS. I'm the VP of External Affairs. And yeah, we're running a Java class this year, designed to prep students for APCSA. We're going to cover the basics, though this should really get you ready for high school level CS classes. We'll look at it, people. And my co-host here is Eric Liu.
Yeah, hello. I mean, I'm here, and I know Java a little bit, so.
By a little bit, that's a reference or relevant?
Huh?
What?
Something?
Is the a little bit he was talking about as a reference against somebody else, or is it to how much there is to learn?
It's just how Eric is.
It's how I feel about how much I know.
Yeah, so we're both freshmen turning into sophomores at East High School. And personally, I've been doing Java for about on and off for about 4 years. I'm not sure about Eric, but I assume he's about the same skill level, if not greater than I am. It's hard multitasking with Zoom.
And maybe next time we'll have Andrew here too.
Yeah. Oh yeah, we also have another host, Andrew, who sadly couldn't make it today. As we're waiting for people to join in,
Wait, I think he private chatted me, but whatever.
who?
There was a guy called Andrew who private chatted me, but he's not in the participants list now.
Andrew, that probably isn't the Andrew that we're talking about.
Okay, whatever.
Losing track of everyone. Okay. Can everyone, while we're waiting, make sure that they can open up their text editor, their IDE, that's either IntelliJ or Java Eclipse. I know some people got. So yeah, can we just check and make sure that you guys can open that up? If not, then that's fine for this class. You can, use Google Docs. We're not going to be using that in this class anyways. Although, and also if you guys do have trouble, doing that, just feel free to tell your parents and they'll DM me on WeChat. Bernard, is there something you're concerned about?
What was the thing you were talking about?
So yeah, before class, if you're in the Google Classroom, we ask you to get IntelliJ or Java Eclipse. Just one of those two things so that you can actually run Java code on your computer. So if you don't have those, then that's fine for this class.
I'm not very sure what Java Eclipse is, but okay.
Do you have IntelliJ? No? Okay, that's fine.
We can probably help you get it later.
Yeah. If your parents are having trouble getting it for you, or if you're having trouble getting it, they can DM me on Discord or on WeChat. Or you can just stay after class and ask me some questions about it, and I'll help you get it.
I don't get what the thing you were talking about is, but okay.
Well, okay. The IntelliJ and Java Eclipse, they're just programs designed to help you write and run Java code. You can't just run it on your computer because it's like if I started speaking French to you, right? You know, Eric takes French, he might know what he's talking about, but I don't think you would. I certainly wouldn't think you would know what a lot of French, right? So this is like a translator to help your computer know what you're saying to it. So Java is only one language out of plenty of coding languages. You know what? You have C, C++, JavaScript, HTML, Ruby, Python, just to name a few. Each of them have different uses. Yeah, so Java is one of the most famous programming languages around the world. I'm sure you've all run or played Java applications, most famously Minecraft, as Bernard mentioned earlier in this class. So yeah, that's what we're going to be learning. And also Java is what they teach in APCS, which is why we're running this class actually. I have a couple of double entrances here. That's fine. Okay. So, well, why don't we get started then? Let me pull up my, there we go. Oh, here it is. Oh, come on. Hold on. There we go. All right. Can you guys see my screen share?
Yep.
All right. Great. Why don't we get started with Java?
I didn't get an invitation to the Google Classroom.
I
mean,
I'll send the link in chat, or you can type in, here you go. Here's the class code if you want to join. I'll also just.
Can you type it in the chat?
Yeah, sure. Here you go. For anyone that's not in the GC, the Google Classroom, yeah, you want to join that. We're going to have homework up there, and announcements, voting stuff. So yeah, that would be very prudent for you to join. Great. Why don't we get started then? So yeah, Java is a programming language that is yeah. And what programming languages are is they are. Yes, Chuck?
So are you going to share the slides in chat?
I'll post the slides in the Google Classroom afterwards. Okay. So Java is a programming language. And what programming languages are they are like languages that computers can understand. So in the same way that you and I are talking to each other in English, you would talk to your computer in a programming language. And there are many of them, Java, JavaScript, Ruby, C++, C, C#, Java, I think we said that, HTML, CSS, stuff like that, they would use to communicate from your computer to you, basically. So it's very critical to learn programming languages, you know, at this day and age, because we're growing ever more reliant with computers. You can see computers all around you. You have your phone, you're on a computer right now. Your toaster, your ovens are probably now have programming languages in them. They're probably written in a programming language, whether that be C, assembly, something like that. So it's critical to learn programming. And you know, I'm delighted to see that you guys are starting from a very young age. So this is an intro to Java class that'll prep you for APCSA, which is something you'll take freshman year of high school or later. So why don't we get in? So the most basic form of talking to your computer is setting variables. So variables are basically things you want your computer to remember. They are like, for example, you tell your friend, hey, remember today, right? I remember this date because this date's my birthday, something like that. So telling your computer, you could like write all the code you want, but if you never store anything, you're not going to get anything done because your computer's just instantly going to forget what happens right as you write it. So we use variables to tell the computer to remember things. So what is a variable? It's something that represents a data type or value. So there are a couple of types of them, such as ints, strings, doubles, and booleans. And so each of these govern a different type of data, basically. Variables stand for stuff. So some examples of these are the integers. They represent a number, like 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, all the way up to, well, as high as a computer can remember. You can use those to store a variety of things, like, for example, score for a game. You could have your age, which is a pretty famous basic intro to coding example. I don't know, the date, how many seconds have passed, like a timer, stuff like that. And there are also strings, which is this stuff down here. That's like text. So if you want to store something as text, someone entered the wafer. So yeah, storing something in a string is basically storing it as text. Like, for example, if you're typing out an essay, your words are going to be stored as strings. So almost every single programming language will have you manipulate variables, although they go about this business in different ways. So in Java, variables are broken down into 3 parts. So you can see up here, you have the red, blue, and green. So red is the variable type. It's a type of data that the variable stores. So for example, if we backtrack a bit, we can see there are a couple types of variables. You have ints, strings, doubles, and booleans. These are not all of them, but these are the basic ones. And so you can see right here, we specify the type of data that the variable is going to be storing. So these variables are storing integers. They're storing numbers, right? So we're going to say int to tell the computer, hey, there's a number that I'm going to give you. Remember that. Then we give it a name, because your variables aren't going to mean much if you can't, reference them, right? It's like saying, what if you didn't have a name? Well, how could anyone tell you what to do, right? They can't say, hey, Alex, go wash the dishes, because, well, I don't have a name. They can't tell me to do stuff. They can't interact with me. In the same way, variables have to have names so that you can tell the computer, hey, grab this variable and do something with it. And lastly, they also have a value too. So the value is what's in the variable. Maybe it's someone. So yeah, the value is what it's storing. Like, for example, a date, a number, a string, any of those things. So these 3 types are very integral to making a variable in Java. So yeah, you can think of this as like grammar, basically, right? Where you have periods, you have commas, you have, parentheses, stuff like that, to tell the computer or to tell someone else how you want something to be read. Like, for example, a period would mean the end of a sentence. You'd have a long pause, whereas a comma would be like a shorter pause, because you're changing thought or you want a breath in your sentence, right? In the same vein, we have syntax in programming languages, which is, you can think of it as punctuation. So you'll have an equal sign to denote you're setting the variable value to something, right? So we create a variable here, we give it a name, and then we set it to something. Int x is equal to 1. And then we always end a line with a semicolon. That's just telling the computer, hey, this is the end of the sentence. We're done doing this action. Move on to the next action. Right here, this is a pretty peculiar example, actually. We aren't setting the variable to anything. We're telling it to create something, but we're not setting it to anything. This is a bit of a more advanced topic that we won't touch on. We can see down here, we also set something equals something else. We set the string name equals to Andrew, because Andrew made these slideshows. All right. So yeah, there are, so we've made variables now, right? We've made this x variable, we set it to 1. We've made the name variable, we set it to Andrew, and we've made the score variable, not set it to anything. But what if we want to change what we want in the variable? Like, what if we want to, say, oh, look, I set it to 1, but I changed my mind. I want to set it to 2 now. Well, how do we do that? If we typed in int x equals 1 and then int x equals 2, well, there's an issue. We've just made 2 variables named x. Now there's like 2 people with the same name, and imagine they're twins, right? It would be very confusing to say like, oh, hey, Andrew, go wash the dishes. Well, which Andrew are you talking about? Andrew 1 or Andrew 2? So yeah, we want to avoid that, which is why we have a way of changing variables after they've been set. Instead of having this red section, this is called the initializer, by the way. We drop that, and then we can say the name of the variable equals something else, and that'll automatically set to something else. So yeah, this red section is called the initializer because it initializes or creates the variable. So this is the part that creates it. This is the name, and this is the value, right? So if you don't want to create a variable, you drop the initializer, and you just have the name and the value, and that'll change it. So why don't we look at some example code, right? What if we want to make a variable named x and set it to 3? Well, we say int x equals 3. What if we want to set the variable to the value 5 for another example? Well, then we say x equals 5. We don't want to make a new variable called x because we'd have 2 variables then, right? And we don't want that. We just want one variable and change the value to 5. So we drop the initializer. So we're not creating a variable, we're changing a variable. And we say x equals 5. Here's one with strings. We make the variable with the initializer in red. We set a name for it. This time it's going to be name because the variable is going to have someone's name in it. Equals, and then Eric, and then semicolon afterwards to say stop. If we want to change the name, we'll drop the initializer, put in the name of the variable, which in this case is name. Confusing, I know. Equals, and then Andrew. To change what's stored in this name variable to Andrew. So something to notice also is when we have ints, we just say 1 and then semicolon, right? There's no frills because it's a number. So we just put the number down. We say int x equals 1 semicolon. But if we're dealing with strings, there's a bit of a different process we have to have. You see there's double quotes, which is you press shift and then the single quote mark to type in double quotes. And we need this because basically, you see how like these things are keywords, right? The computer says, okay, these are actually part of the program. These are something that have meaning behind them. They're something that is tied to another process. Like for example, this is an initializer. This tells me to make something. This is a name. It tells me to set the name to something. But if we drop these quotes and just have Andrew, the computer's going to think, oh, wait, there's something that I have to do here because it's obviously a keyword, right? There's no quotes. So if we put it in quotes, we mark it saying, okay, this is just a string. This is a piece of text that means nothing to the computer except for its value. It doesn't tell it to do anything. So yeah, it's important to wrap your strings in quotes to tell it, to signify, hey, this is a string. Don't try to run it or anything. Okay, so why don't we have a little break here? Question time. If you have any questions, you can ask them.
So I have a website where would that work?
What?
So like for the code, I have like I know a website and I can run the code there. Would that work?
Is your website, if it compiles Java, then yeah. If you have like something like REPL.it or like Tinker.io, if you can run Java on the website, then
Yes, you can write Java.
okay, yeah, you can go ahead. The layout will be a bit different, and you won't have many of the tools that like a text editor would have. But yeah, that would work. Although I'd suggest you not use a website forever, because many things you can't do on a website that you can do on your computer. Like for example, if we wanted to make a game.
Yay, now I can't find where I downloaded my Java.
If you want to make like a game or something, you want to be able to draw stuff to the screen because it's in your website, right? It's in your web browser. There's a little box here, and your code goes here. It's very limited to like what you can do once it gets to higher levels. But yeah, for now, it's fine. Chuck, did you have a question?
So can you write the name of your best friend and his twin brother, since I usually, when I talk to my friend on the phone, I also talk to his brother too.
Oh yeah, we're not getting to this part here yet. But yeah, if you want to write the name of your best friend and your twin brother in a string, sure, go ahead. You can do. It's your computer.
And
Yeah,
then
Bernard?
I downloaded the Java thing. It told me to download this update 291 thing, and then now I don't know where Java went.
Did you download the text
Download it.
editor?
Huh?
Did you download IntelliJ or did you download like Java from source?
Downloaded both. I mean, I downloaded IntelliJ.
Are you on Windows or Mac?
Mac.
Well, I mean, I think
It-
with IntelliJ, it has an option where it downloads Java, the Java JDK for you, but we'll have to see.
Wait, yeah. Did you download IntelliJ or Java JDK?
I downloaded IntelliJ.
Okay, check on your is it on your desktop? Is there like a little icon there?
Yeah, there's an IntelliJ icon.
Yeah, okay, double click that and you'll run IntelliJ.
Wait. I think it's running, but then it just automatically stops running.
Oh, did you get like the menu, the logo where it has like a little box here and it says IntelliJ with a background on it, and it says like loading at the bottom or something like that?
No, it doesn't have that. I got the community Mac OS edition, but I don't think it's working.
Olivia, okay, that's something for the end of class. I can't really tell unless you screen share. Why don't you get in touch with me after class?
Okay.
Abigail and Olivia, right now we're not using IntelliJ. That is something for the next class, or if we get done with things early, this class. Right now we can just code in, we can just run code in the Google Docs. You can write it and then we'll check it. Because
Where?
right now, in Google Docs, just type out in a document and then for like these questions that we have that we're gonna do in a sec, you can just copy paste into chat for either one of us, and then we'll check it for you. The reason why I got IntelliJ or asked you guys to get IntelliJ is because later on we're gonna learn how to like have code that will output stuff to you, which I want you guys to see the product of your code instead of showing it to me and saying, oh, this will work, just trust me. So I want you guys to actually like see your own products of your work. But right now, when we're just setting and resetting variables, that is something that IntelliJ would kind of be overkill for. They would provide basically no difference other than Google Docs, like to Google Docs. Okay, so why don't we get into this problem? This is a little bit of a quiz, mid-class quiz. We want you guys to make an integer variable called age, and then set it to your age. And then after that, we want you to set the same variable to the number 20. So why don't you do this? I'm gonna have you guys in breakout rooms, and then in about 5 minutes, I'll call you guys back, and then yeah, we'll check your answers. Also, if you guys are done, DM your answers to either me or Eric. One of us is gonna be in your breakout rooms. I gotta figure out how to do these.
Okay.
Yeah, do you know how to do breakout rooms?
I'm not sure.
One more question. How are we supposed to run Java code on a Google Doc?
You aren't supposed to. We're just gonna have you do it in this class because not everyone's prepared for it.
Okay.
And also, it's not gonna make any difference because there's no output that you're getting, so it's not gonna make any difference to you guys. This class.
Maybe you could even just type in Zoom chat or something.
Right. Okay. Yeah. Just type it into Zoom chat. DM it to me in Zoom chat. So that means you go to participant or you go to chat, and then you click direct message to, and then me or Eric is fine. Either one is fine.
But if you're doing it in chat, in order to make a new line, you've got to hold shift. So
Yeah. Froze the screen. All right. So yeah, we're just asking you guys to do this problem right here. Although I'm actually going to look up how to do this. I want you guys to get in breakout rooms because it's going to be a lot easier. All right. Yeah. So just open up a Google Doc or type it in Zoom yourself.
Hmm? Where should we type it? Or are you just speaking to Bedouin?
Type it, DM it to me or Eric in Zoom chat. So type it into Zoom chat and make sure it's a direct message so your friends don't see your answers and copy off of you. Yeah. And then Eric and I will check in and DM you back with answers. Julie, we don't want you to start a project in IntelliJ, although I can show you. Oh damn.
Excuse me?
Yeah.
So when I'm done with my Google Docs, do I just copy the link and paste it in the chat and send it to you?
Yes. Make it a DM, please.
What?
DM it to me, please. Through Zoom.
What does that mean?
So you should be able to, when you open up the chat, there should be like a to box, and instead of everyone, click AYLUS Williamsville or click Alex Lee.
Yeah, I did that.
Okay, yeah, or Eric Liu. It's fine too. You can do it to him. Come on. Oh,
Come on, what?
man. So apparently, in order to have breakout rooms in Zoom, you have to enable it before.
Yeah, so
In a settings.
maybe we'll do that next time. Right?
Yeah, next class. Let's do it next class. Okay. We'll wait for everyone to finish up with their problems, then DM it to me or Eric.
For some reason, I can't copy and paste it.
Oh damn. That might. Well then I guess type it directly into Zoom chat. Sorry about that.
It just did something really weird when I just copy and pasted it. Like it pasted, but pasted like multiple times.
Just like delete all of them. I don't know. Just like delete it and try again, I guess.
But like automatically sent already, so.
I mean, I'm sure Alex can deal with having multiple of it.
I'm just DMing the answers to everyone for feedback.
What do we do when we're done?
You DM your answers to me over Zoom, and then I'll check them and then mark it off for you. Hello. It's gonna take a while for me to get back to you guys. I have to my spreadsheet.
And what's a string variable and an int variable?
Why don't we come back here? Let me erase everything off this. Oops. Something. All right. Let's clear the annotations. Okay.
See?
So there are different variable types in Java. So ints will store numbers, strings will store text, and doubles will store numbers with decimals, and booleans will store true or false. So these are just different variable types.
What does the first one store again?
The first one, int, they store numbers with no decimals.
What does string store?
It stores text.
And can you get back to the slide with the assignment?
Yep. Yeah, it looks good, Julie.
What does the last one store?
Last one. Last one what? Can you DM some of your answers to Eric as well? I'm getting kind of overloaded here. All right, wait, what? Someone had a question here. Something about the last one.
Yeah.
Could you ask it again, please? The last one, booleans.
Yeah.
Those store true or false. We'll get to that. We'll get to that later as well. That's down the line stuff. Right now, the only things I want you to know are ints and strings. These two right here. This one stores numbers. And kind of bad at drawing. This one stores text. Like that. Let me move you back to the assignment tab. We might need to go over variable initialization again. So why don't we come over here? Wait. Here we go. There we go. Okay. So this right here in red is called the initializer. This will create the variable for you, right? So if you're making a new variable, you're going to want your variable initializer. This in this case, it's a Boolean, but this could also be something like string. Sorry for my bad handwriting. It could be int. It could be double. I can't spell either. Double. It could be float. These are all different variable types. You just want these two right now, string and int. And if you're changing the value of an existing variable, you're going to want to drop this initializer. So you're going to drop this, and you're just going to have the name equals value. And then semicolon here, and then equals as well.
And also, I mean, I'm not entirely sure if this is needed, but your variable name the first letter should be lowercase.
Yeah. Chuck, did you have a question?
I was just gonna ask, does it have to be lowercase, and you answer my question right before I ask?
So there are a couple of ways of writing variable names depending on what programming language you're using and what community you're part of. So in Java, we do something called camel case, which is you have your first letter of the first word of your variable is lowercase. You see, this is two words, right? Has fish. The first word is all lowercase, and the second word is uppercase, and then the rest of the letters are lowercase. So you can distinguish, like, okay, you see this is an uppercase letter, so this is a word, this is a word. Like, for example, if we had a variable called does he like ice cream? You see, so the first word right here, does, is lowercase, and then every other word has the first letter capitalized, and this is called camel case. But if you're coding something like C, the convention would be you capitalize every single word. So like has I don't know, charcoal. That would be something in C. In Java, we do has charcoal, like that. And also your variable names should reflect what thing you're storing in them. This is because you don't do this. It's a bad habit to do that I did when I started programming. I just like int a equals 3 as like a timer or like a count, and then I come down here and say like, yeah, like a timer, and I say, okay, like a couple lines later, you'll have like, okay, well now a equals 4 after a second, and then you have like after another second, it'll be like a equals 5, and then as your program gets bigger and bigger and you have more and more variables, you're gonna lose track of them. And then like after some time, I come back and I'm like, what is A, right? What is A supposed to mean? And then I have to like go back and then like try to figure out what A is, and I'm like, oh, it's a timer, right? So save yourself the trouble. Do something like int timer equals 0. And then you'll see, okay, when you reference timer again after a couple lines of code, you say like timer equals 1. You're like, okay, this is the timer variable, right? This is to keep track of time. Of course, you wouldn't use an int for timers, but it's just, yeah. Oh, okay, someone just pasted an entire message history. It's okay. Okay, you guys have about 3 minutes left, and then I'll post the answer. Oh, I have a computer here. Oh no.
It might be filled with too many tabs. How do I hit them all down?
Huh? Sorry, what did you say?
I might have too many tabs in my chat box. How do I have them? How do
In your chat box, you can scroll down to the bottom and then press enter.
Like how? Because mine doesn't scroll down.
What?
Like how?
Do you have a mouse or a trackpad? Because trackpad you can use your two. I'm a bit confused on what you're trying to ask of me here. Chuck, it looks good. Olivia, you can just paste it in the chat. I haven't been looking at my other computer here. Sorry if I'm getting back to you late.
I mean,
Okay.
I have already like 5 cats, and there might be only like space for like 2 more cats.
Oh,
And but have more. How do I delete the cats that
You
I
don't. You
already
shouldn't.
have?
you shouldn't delete chats that you already have. You can just scroll. If you put more chats in the chat box, it'll automatically just make the chat box larger and you can scroll through it.
Wait a second, I don't hear you.
Hold up. I'm going to have to answer all these people. Okay. Olivia, you're not going to use IntelliJ right now. Abigail, you don't need to open any apps. 10, make sure, Olivia, make sure that you don't have your numbers in quotes. Because that would be a string and then it would say incompatible, something like that. Make sure that you're not initializing your numbers twice.
What did you say was for my answer?
It should automatically just, if you have too many chats, it'll just make it so you can scroll down in the chat box.
Oh,
So
because
it'll
right
make it
now I
larger.
have to scroll down, so I can't scroll down.
What?
Because right now, because I don't have enough chats, I can't scroll down.
You don't have enough chats. What do you mean by that?
I only have 5. I don't have enough, so that I don't have enough. I don't have so much space. I don't have that much chats yet. That's what I need.
I can send you some messages if that's what you're asking for.
Not that.
Let me pull up this Google Doc. Okay, Abigail, you're gonna need me to, if you're sending it through a Google Doc to me, you're gonna have to give me access to it.
Okay. Should I share it with you?
Yes, please. Oh boy. Felix, I don't know if you've taken Java before or not, because this is actually like something that I was gonna talk about later. I think you used the wrong method, but got somehow a pretty close answer.
No.
Eric, are you getting any answers?
Yeah, I got like 3 or 4.
Crazy. Okay. Oh boy. It's crunch. Carter, you can download IntelliJ from the website you said? You DM me that you can't download the website. So is it that you can't download IntelliJ from the website or? Okay. What kind of, are you getting any error or is it just not downloading? Like, is there something popping up saying like this thing could be a virus or? Downloading halfway. Is it just that how does it crash or does it just stop downloading? Because if just like the progress bar stops, you might need to give it some time to it stops. Okay, you might just need to give it some time. If not, then you can download Java Eclipse Oxygen, or sorry, just Java Eclipse now. Yeah. And also, you don't need IntelliJ today. You can just type your stuff in the group chat. Boy.
I mean, maybe at the end here, I can try and present downloading it.
Oh, okay. She's not here anymore.
There she was.
Yeah. Do you know which email you shared it to me to, Abigail? Because did you share it to the AYLUS email or did you share it to my personal email or?
I think I shared it to your personal email. It's the one you used to send out the invitation to the Google Classroom.
Damn, I forgot which one that was.
I think
That was
maybe
this,
you just click the link again. I'm not sure if that will work. Because if it's already shared, then you should have access with the link.
right. Bernard, I'm not sure what new value means. You know what? I'm just gonna post the answers in chat. For the ones that I didn't get or you can't access, just check them with your own stuff and then take a look. Let me go over to the assignment tab so I can see what I'm supposed to type out.
Can you show the next question?
Yeah, we're actually gonna do another lecture section after this one. Oh, the next question, this part down here, right? I forgot about that. Yeah, I also want you guys to someone together. How so? Oh, like you want me to post answers to both questions? Yeah, so some of you guys already did this bottom part. That's fine. For those of you that didn't, yeah, you guys can take care. You guys can do that.
Okay. Yeah, that was what I was asking about.
So that's your first line. You have to shift enter. That should be what you got. Of course, 15 is like my age. If you are aged differently, then if you have a different age than I do, then your first number would be different.
I can't move my thingies to see your messages. There's a thingy at the bottom.
Uh-oh, that's not good. Is your... Oh, never mind. That's not self-shaded.
Did you manage to get into the Google Docs?
No, I don't have a link for your Google Docs, actually.
I'll send it again.
Uh-huh.
Oh, yeah.
Can you just type out your answers in chat then? Because I'm not too sure if...
So which should I send it to? Which person?
Send it to Eric, please.
Okay.
Eric hasn't done enough work in his class. Calling you out, yeah, I am.
When I send it to Aaron, I have my answer for the second.
If you have your answers to the second one, then yes, you can send it to whichever one you like.
Okay. But I feel like you have blocked too much messages.
Thank you. All right. We're gonna 2 more minutes and then we're gonna move on to the next section.
Oh.
Is that right? I'm gonna post the answers now to the question. That should be what you got. Of course, the value is going to be different because your best friend is probably not the same as my best friend, and my name is probably not the same as your name. So that should be the value. Never mind, I DM'd them to someone. That's my bad.
I don't see your
Yeah, I accidentally DM'd them to someone. That's my bad. Those should be the answers. All right. Okay.
There's 2 Alexes at this meeting.
No, I have just one account for yes, Zihong. I have one account for
I can't open the Java app.
the Java. You mean IntelliJ?
Yeah.
Okay, that's a problem for after class. Anyone who is having trouble opening or getting IntelliJ to work after class can stay back, and then I'll help them. Unless you have something to do, then you can leave. Yeah, so I have one account. Hello. I have one account for my camera, and then because it's on one computer, and then I have another account for my screen share because the computer that can run IntelliJ it doesn't have a webcam on. So. I just split the stuff up, and that's why I'm checking 2 computers for answers. Okay. You know what? Why don't we just stop here for the lesson, and I'm actually going to show you how to use IntelliJ. So let me pull up my screen share for my. Okay, this is a old project that I made. Let's make a new one actually. So you should not actually see this. This is the project screen. We can come up here to File, New, and Project. And then that'll make a new project for you. So you're gonna want Java. You don't need any of these libraries. You click Next, and then you click Next, and then you name your project. We're just gonna call this AYLUS, yes. And it's gonna load for a bit. And then it'll say which project you want to open. This is if you're already opening a project and then you're making a new one. We're gonna have it in a new window. Okay, so you'll see this. This is your empty project board. There's nothing in here yet. So you're gonna wanna make a Java file called a Java class in your, to type it. So we're gonna come down to the source file and we're gonna right click this. Actually, it wants us to, okay. We're gonna right click this file right here, click new, and then we're gonna new file. Never mind, hold up. I'm gonna have to do some configuration. Yeah. Oh, okay. You know what? I'm just gonna. This is configured. I'm gonna have to do some configuration for this because. Okay, we're just gonna come over here. Yeah. So right click our source file because whenever I click my source file, it opened up like a configuration tab, which I don't want. So yeah, your source file. Come over here, new Java class, and just name this whatever you want. Let's name this APCS, or sorry, AYLUS CS. There can't be any spaces. Let me score CS. Yeah, and it'll show you this. It's going to be a bit different because I already have a default class set up. It's going to open up something like this. So it'll open up public class and then your class name, which you can name whatever you want, though optimally it should be something relevant to the project. And then you'll see this public static void main string, and then in parentheses string args. This is something that you shouldn't touch, ideally. I've never had to modify this once in my life. This is your main method. So this is what your computer is going to run when you run your Java application. Yeah, it's going to run anything inside of this. So you can like expand it, and anything inside here, it will run. So you can type like whatever you want here, really. You could type like int name equals Alex. Sorry. Oh, never mind. String name equals Alex. And then int age equals 15, and then something like name equals Eric. Int age equals 20. And then we can right click this green arrow in the top right, click run, it'll build down here, and then there's a progress bar, and then it will run. And you can see process finished exit code 0. So this is the file that it runs, which you don't need it, you can just ignore anything up here. Down here, this is your error codes. Exit code 0 means no errors, although there might be something different if you do get an error. For example, if we intentionally made something wrong here, let's say we forgot a semicolon, right? Oh no, we forgot a semicolon. First thing that happens is there will be a red underline here, and you can hover over it and say something. It'll say what's wrong. Run isn't working. Why would that be the case? Is there like something that it says when it outputs? Like, is there like an error code down here or something like that? There should be like some. The button is gray. Okay, so you have to set your main method then. You have to go down, you have to come over here in this pop-up window over here. To the left. Yeah, Chuck?
Can you rename your project? Like my project is Hello World 2, but I want to rename it to something else.
I'll touch on that later. So you come over here to build configurations, and you click, there should be like a new configuration, edit configurations. So this window will pop up. You want your main class to be, you can click this, and then it'll show a list of classes. And you want your main class to be this one, the one that you made. So for example, the main class that I made was APCS. It has the main method in it. So I'm gonna click these 3 dots, and then I'm gonna click APCS. Or you can actually, I think you just click this and then type in the name of your main class or whatever. And then you click OK. You should click apply, then OK. To rename your project, I think you can right click this and then click refactor and then click rename. And you can rename your module. Actually, no, you have to rename your project, right? Yeah, this will rename your project right here. Right click this, come down here to refactor and then rename. Say like AYLUS. Something like that, and it'll rename it. Although the path will be the same, because actually, I don't think you can. Yeah, if you named your class APCS, Julie, then yes, you will have to click APCS. It'll be whatever you named it, and then I think you should be able to run it from there. Yeah, let's take a look at this. Well, yeah, that looks good. You could alternatively, instead of doing okay. Yeah, that, I mean, if that works, then it works. I've personally never seen that used because you can just use the equal sign to send it to another string. But yeah, that would work. Okay, but back to what I was talking about. If we accidentally have a error in our code, you'll have red underlines, hover over it, and see what went wrong. Like for example, here it will be semicolon expected, right? We have this here. If we did the mistake that I did here, I wrote this as int. I can see it says required type int, provided string. You have the int marker here. It's expecting an int here, but you gave it a string. It's like, okay, what am I supposed to do with this? You said I'm going to give you an int, and they gave me a string, so it does that. And then down here also says this is the same error because it's the same variable. And yeah, that's basically it for today. We learned about basic variables, instant strings. We learned how to set them and how to make them and how to change them. Any of you guys with errors with IntelliJ or any questions, you can stay behind and ask them. I'll be here for the next hour or so. Yeah, have a good night, everyone. Yeah, see you guys later.
Is there any homework? When's the next
Okay, so if you give me permission to screen share, I can show them how to like download it and stuff.
I'll just make you the host.
Is there any homework?
Yeah, homework will be on Google Classroom. I said that at the beginning of class. Yeah, there will be homework.
Bye.
Bye, everyone.
Bye.
Post the
I'll
homework.
just stay a few.
I'll post it by tonight.
Oh,
It'll be due next week before class.
okay, so like
Can't open my IntelliJ thing.
Yeah, okay. Hold up.
It's on my home screen and stuff, but I can't open it.
All right. Could you go through the motions of opening IntelliJ?
This is
What?
how you. I don't know. I'm about to screen share how you download IntelliJ.
Can't open it.
Okay, we're just gonna go through the whole process, right?
So is it?
So yeah, we'll uninstall IntelliJ.
Right.
All right, so let's see.
IntelliJ is now uninstalled.
Next time you put the link here. Okay, here it is.
So currently,
Oh, ultimate.
I use the Mac OS version, and for some reason it doesn't work.
Yeah, I mean, I don't have Mac, so I have no idea.
I have used the.
No, do not click Android applications. That's for coding in a different language, Julie. Here, you just watch Eric
I
go through the
used
motions
the
of making it
Apple
writing.
Silicon one. I used the Apple Silicon.
Yeah, Eric and I aren't too well versed with Macs. We both use Windows. Where's the issue that you're having here? Eric will run through the download process and just stop him whenever you have an issue, and then we'll try and narrow it down.
So on my Mac, when something is open, there's a dot under it, and when you open it, it should jump, and it jumps, but it doesn't have the black dot under it when it finishes jumping. So it just feels weird.
It sounds like it might be crashing as soon as you open it.
Well, then why?
Not too sure. I don't use Macs again. If it doesn't work, you can download Java Eclipse Oxygen or Java Eclipse now. They're rebranded.
So Java Eclipse version does not work?
It doesn't?
I'm asking.
Oh, I don't know. You can download it and try. I mean, theoretically, these are both supposed to work.
I mean, I used the Apple Silicon. I didn't use the Intel version.
You have Apple Silicon?
Yeah, I'm using the Apples. I mean, I'm trying to use the Apple Silicon.
Oh, wait. What edition of MacBook do you have? What edition of Mac do you have? Like, when was it made? Was it made this year? Or do you have like the latest Macs, or do you have something later?
I have the version of my startup disk, but.
Well, when was your Mac made? Was it made? Did you get it this year or later, or did you get
last year? Oh wait, I found Java actually.
Last year. Okay, let me do a little googling.
So
I mean, I already had Java downloaded, so you'll have to download from that one. So you download the community.
Did you get it November 2020 or later?
Let me think. I think I got it in August 2020.
Is it the latest MacBook Air? What is your Mac?
It's not on the latest version.
No, like
software.
Not software wise. Like, is it a like what type of Mac is it?
I don't know how to search that up. Let me see.
Okay, because I am suspicious that you are trying to run an Apple Silicon designed version of IntelliJ on an Intel Mac, because the Apple Silicon Macs are only from November 2020 and later. That's when the Apple Silicon Macs were released, November 2020. So if you have a Mac that's older than that, then you're gonna have to download the Intel version.
That's why.
Yes, because Apple Silicon is ARM based. It's a fundamentally different process than Intel.
Let me see. I think.
So download the Intel version and try to run it and see if that works. If not, then come back to us.
Yeah, it can't be over the thing because technically, yeah. Replace.
Well, then try the Intel version.
Yeah,
All right, Eric, you can keep going.
I'm downloading the Intel right now.
Okay.
Wait, so have you guys all downloaded IntelliJ or no?
Huh?
Yeah, he has an Intel Mac and he tried to download Apple Silicon. So
With the other people, because
yeah, anyone else? I hear people have like issues with running and making projects. Although other than
does
that,
everyone here have IntelliJ downloaded?
does everyone here have IntelliJ?
Moving around.
Okay, I'll just do it anyway.
Open. Yep, now it works.
Huge. Okay, that's great.
All right. Well, I'll just go over it because I'll just assume some people who don't have it downloaded because.
Yay, it works.
So you click Alex's
Bye-bye.
link, and then you download the community version, and then this thing will you've got it. Well, you got to wait for it to download. Right. And then once you've downloaded it, you open it, and okay. There we go. Okay, here it is. Okay, so you've got to let it make stuff to your computer. So you mostly you just click next. I'm gonna make desktop shortcut and stuff. Okay. And then you just click install, and then it installs. And after it installs, you've got to, I'm not exactly, okay, I'll just wait.
Did you uninstall your version of IntelliJ?
Yeah, I installed my IntelliJ.
Okay. If you want to make me host, I'll share the rest.
Okay, well, I want to show, have you, Alex, okay, yeah, you share the rest. Let me see. Well, okay.
Okay.
So basically
Wrong one.
you open it,
Okay, whatever. I'll
make a new project, it can download the JDK for you, but you might have to still download Java, I'm not sure.
all right. I wonder how. Okay, there we go. Let me share my entire screen. Okay, this is my desktop. It's really messy. Grab this. Okay, so you can see this is the run, and then it'll load up this project that I already have open. Although if we close project, okay, this is the thing that you should have.
Yeah.
This is the thing that should pop up. Over here are all my projects. You shouldn't have any here. So you click new project. We're gonna want Java 12. If you don't have any of this, if you don't have this, you're gonna have to. So yeah, if you don't have this, come over here. Okay, you can click download JDK, or come over here and then click java.com/en/download to download your version of Java. And then we're gonna want Java. None of these should be checked. Next, and then your name. and click finish, and it'll make the project, and then it'll open up this, right? Okay, so now you want to right click, you want to pop this open. You want to right click this, click new. Okay, now it works because who knows? Right click this, new Java class. I'm going to call this something like main or like AYLUS CS or like CS class. Or
Yeah,
like,
that's the download, and then that's JDK as well. And then I think you might have
Yeah.
to download Java.
okay, so now you're going to come over here. You're going to have your add config. You're going to click new configuration up with the plus button over here. And you're going to come down here and you're going to click application. And the name of your application will be something like AYLUS CS. It should be the same name as your project, by the way. And you come over here and then come down here, search by name. And then, oh, actually, these are all the baseline ones. I don't want these.
You still got to make it. Oh,
Oh, I have to make a main method for this, don't I? Hold up. Okay, you're gonna want to come in here and you're going to do like public static void main string
that's where all the code runs.
args. This is the main method that you have to write in order for your code to run. Okay, now if we edit your configs, you should find this shows up. You see, look at that magic. Once you put in the main method, it says, oh, look, it's the main class. I'm gonna put it in here. And you click apply, okay, and then now you're good. Now you can type in whatever you want. Like,
Okay, well, I mean, do any of you still have problems, or?
any of you guys have issues or?
Oh, so I add configuration. Which configuration should I? Wait, when did you send that? That was a while ago. So I add configuration.
What is the class? AYLUS? The class can be whatever name you want.
This is wait Julie, when was this configuration? Like, where was that?
Oh, you want to know how to make
is
configuration?
that with the downloader?
I'm not sure what's going on here.
Okay, so someone just private messaged me, and I don't know. It was a while ago. It was like 6 minutes ago.
Did you ask about configurations? For
Yeah.
AYLUS? Okay.
I think it was with the downloader. You should probably just make a shortcut.
Yeah, make sure on your desktop, and that's it. Should we have used BlueJ? I don't like BlueJ. Do you guys here have any issues, or are you all set? If you have any issues, feel free to unmute and ask questions, because that's what we're here for.
Yeah.
No? If you don't have any issues, then you can leave. I'm not holding you guys here hostage or anything.
Bye.
See ya. Have a nice afternoon.
Nice afternoon.
See ya, Nicole. Julie.
Bye.
Bye. Okay.
That's where I was thinking they had issues, but I guess not.
Yeah, I think they were just here because they were here. They thought that I didn't end class yet. All right. Should I end the meeting?
I guess. And we'll try to get the
Yeah, I'll work the homework. All right.
homework.
Yeah, there's gonna be homework.
You're doing homework?
Yeah, you're gonna have to help me grade these, dude.
Like what? Ints?
Yeah.
Okay.
All right.
You're gonna mention something about the difference between objects and what are they called? Primitive things.
Yeah, I was gonna get to that. Like someone messaged me like, why is string capitalized and int lowercase? And I was like, I'm gonna touch on that like next class or something.
All right.
All right, see ya.
Bye, guys.